What's up YouTube, it's Dish back at the end of the video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over this vehicle which was released officially for in-store sale today, October 31st of 2025. And the reason I got this car is because I have like 3 dream cars in life as of today. The Ford RS200, the Ariel Atom V8, and the Pagani Zonda Cinque. And so naturally when Traxxas released the RS200, I was like, I kind of feel like I got to get it because dream car, you know. So I did. And now I'm going to do an unboxing video. I don't have to cut the tape on this one because the store I bought it from, this was their display model. There, you can see the tape's already cut. And the store I bought it from also, oh, they retaped it. Where I bought this from was the RC Hobby Shop in Houston, and they got 4 in. Actually, here's the box panels. I got a nice translucent Ford emblem with the officially licensed stuff. Nice picture of the front. Here's the side panel. Comes with a 3S system, but a 2S battery with USB charger, which I'm going to do a stock speed run on this vehicle to see if it actually will do this 40 plus with this. And this 40 plus, here, let me help you zoom in. It says with included 2S LiPo battery, and then 3S is with optional 3S LiPo battery sold separately. We'll do 55. So I'm going to double check with the stock battery and then proceed to list the stock battery and charger on eBay because I do not use Traxxas batteries. I'm also going to be doing a speed run on this vehicle with a similarly sized, like dimensionally, battery adapted to Traxxas connector. It's most likely going to be Dean's or XT60. And then I'm going to run it on one of my 3S batteries and see if it can truly do the 55 miles an hour. I currently have my GPS charging. All that should be in this video. The ESC does come with the cooling fan, which is nice. I might want to just go ahead and slap on a cooling fan for the motor because obviously it's a very enclosed body. There's not a lot of airflow, and running the Traxxas motors on 3S, sometimes they get a little bit toasty, especially the speed controllers especially. They need the ESC fan, but the motors can. It comes with the clipless battery mounting tray. It has a center diff. That's really cool. A center diff. Traxxas is not great. Ultra shocks. Metal gears steering servo, that's nice. And all steel planetary gears, also nice. Extra information. Here's this other box panel. And then there's the top of it with the Ford Motorcraft, Hello Lights, and Speedline. I think that's wheels. I'm not up to spec on all my stuff. Anyway, I bought this from RC Hobby Shop in Houston. I was saying that earlier. And they got 4 of these. This was their display model that they had shown like sitting out on the desk for a week. But they sold all 3 other models today. And then I called and asked if they had this vehicle in stock. They said they did. And this was the last one they had in stock. They sold all 4 of them today. So they didn't, and I was talking to the guy there. He goes, yeah, we didn't expect to sell all 4 of them in one day. So I am glad that I called when I did because they kind of put it aside for me. Your standard Traxxas TQI with the link enabled but doesn't come with it. I have the link module in my Traxxas Stampede 4x4 VXL, the old version. So if I do need to adjust parameters, I can go ahead and throw it in here. This is the quick start guide. This is the quick start guide. And so according to Mark Santamaria's video on this vehicle, this is a smaller pinion, not a larger pinion. So this is better for running on like dirt and not dirt, running on like grass, so you don't overheat the electronics. Or you could do what I'm going to do and throw a fan on the motor, which should help keep it cool. There's your charger. I don't see a USB in here. Here's just a bunch of shock preload spacers. This is your warranty information, and it looks like you got a little bit of a sticker sheet right there. Here is the Traxxas battery. Yeah, 25C. Honestly, for a 3500 milliamp hour, that's not bad, but just in general, a 25C discharge rate is kind of low. So that's why I don't like to use Traxxas batteries. Is they lack the nice punch you get from pretty much every other battery I've ever used. And now for the vehicle. So obviously I don't have to cut any zip ties for the vehicle because they did that at the store, since this was the display model. And the plastic has already been ripped off. So, like, literally ripped off. They just ripped it all the way down the center and then unfolded it kind of like a book. But yeah, unfortunately, I feel like Traxxas very easily could have made like one of these vents real, but in doing that, they most likely would have really weakened the Lexan body. So I understand why they didn't. It seems very 10th scale sized for this vehicle. Whoop, yeah, camera's turning. Which, if you know that anything about this vehicle, you'll know that it's actually quite a small vehicle in real life, as it was made for competing in Group B Rally. And well, what's a way to make a vehicle light? Make it small. If it's not large, it can't be super heavy. It's kind of like the logic there. Plus, it also makes them more nimble since the distance between the center point, which is where the car is turning around, and the wheels is closer together, so your car can turn and change direction faster, which is also very useful for rally. So even though this is called like a mini rally, it's pretty accurately sized for the vehicle. Here is a Traxxas Rustler for comparison in size. And as you can see, it's not a whole lot smaller. Like, let me get the body off really quick so we can show you the wheelbase. So it's the clipless body mounting system. There's 4 pins on two on each side, and a nice rally block style. That feels like it's going to wear down super fast. It's super grippy and soft. Like the tire itself is hard, but like the lateral grip feels really soft, so it feels like if you drive it on concrete a lot, you're just going to shred the tires. There's the body. There's the nice cage inside of it. Here is the LED lights, which do not come plugged in from the factory, but they are available to be plugged in because there's the lead. It's the Traxxas 2075X Metal Gear servo. Okay. So that is their upgraded 10th scale servo, which is nice. So there you go. Now you can get a general feel for how it compares size-wise to the Rustler, which I know it's not the Slash, but the Slash is probably like, this is where the wheelbase is compared to the Rustler. It's a bit bigger of a vehicle. So yeah, here's the wheelbase and there's the wheelbase. So it's a little bit smaller, which makes sense. Ooh, here we go. Here is another mini 1/10 scale vehicle. Let's see how they compare. This is the Rollarlo Omni Terminator, and they advertise this as a mini 1/10 scale monster truck. I don't actually know what scale it is, but as you can see, the wheelbase on the RS200 is slightly larger. The center of the wheels in the back are lined up now, and you can see the center of the front wheels is the larger wheelbase on the RS200, which is really cool. Okay, let's put you up. I'm not going to do like a massive drop test, as this is a rally car, not a monster truck. And this is my first rally car, but the only reason I got it is because it's the RS200 and it's like one of my dream cars. Okay, this is something I just noticed. The front suspension is significantly softer. Like you can see, the spring rate in the back is firmer, like it's a higher spring rate than it is in the front. So the fronts are softer springs. And you can see that the droop is returning to the full droop in the back faster than in the front. So that's how you know. Let's see. It's pretty well packaged. It's got like the nice honeycomb chassis, which a lot of the MJX vehicles use. The bumpers are quite good in the back. The front one is very firm. It doesn't feel like it really is going to absorb much impact at all. The capacitors now have a cover over them with the new generation of Traxxas Velineon systems. Let's get the battery out and see how it fits. And then while I get this thing started charging, I will look for a 3S battery, and I can go out and get the speed runs done on this thing. And that'll be all for this video. Extra rubber band, free. Warnings, you can blow up a LiPo battery. Yep, that's nothing new. Okay, so on the 2S, you do have a little bit of extra width here, probably 1/4 of an inch that you could fit a slightly wider battery. Okay, and it also comes with this spacer here that is pre-installed on the battery tray or battery latch. And if you remove that, you can run about 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 inch taller battery. All right, so let me pause the video, get that charging, and while I get that charging, I'm going to see if I can find a 3S that I already own. Wait, sorry. I'm going to open the goodie bag and just see what all comes in here. Okay, it's just numbers. That's all the stickers you get. Warranty information. What to do if your model breaks. Is that all that's in here? No, actually, there's more stuff in here. Oh, it's a bunch of part numbers. That's what's in the back here. Oh, actually, you get exploded views with this car. That's cool. I'm glad I stopped and opened this manual. Most Traxxas vehicles, you don't. That's super cool. Oh, wow. Even the body has a lot of exploded view to it. Okay, that's really cool. Oh, yeah, here you go. You can really see how grippy those tires are. They do not like to slide sideways. Body, shock spacers, tools. I'll add those to my collection of tools. Pinion gear. It looks to be 32 pitch, and it's a 20 tooth. Nice to have an extra pinion gear. I'll add that to my collection of pinion gears. The USB-C charger. It doesn't come with a cord, but everybody should have USB-C because literally every phone in the world now uses that. And I don't need that anymore. RS200. Ooh, this is a nice and thick manual. Or quick start guide. My bad. Attention. Blah, 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 blah. Warnings, precautions. Classic quick start guides pointing out some stuff, telling you what the charger does and how it works. How to adjust the trim. Okay. Now I'm pausing the video, starting the charge, cleaning the bench up, and finding a 3S. This is the piece of paper included with the 20-tooth pinion gear. It says that the car is included pinion gear is optimized to run on 2S battery, but if running on hot days or on like harder surfaces like grass, then use the 20-tooth. Okay, back looking for batteries. These are all the batteries that are for the small cars that I'm not going to try. These down here, which are kind of barely off screen, are the 3S batteries I'm going to try. And then these are the 2S batteries I'm going to try and see if fit. I'm going to try this one first. It's a 3000 milliamp hour, so very close to the capacity-wise size. But I know dimensionally, Traxxas batteries are excessive. So it's probably going to be a bit small in the car. Height-wise, it fits perfectly, but it's got some extra lengthwise slops. So that'll work out perfectly. This battery is probably going to be too thin. For a speed run, that'd probably be okay, but for bashing, I'd want it to be a little tighter around the battery. Okay, so charge you. There's a 2200 milliamp hour 3-cell, which the 3-cell that Traxxas recommends is a 2300, so be similar capacity. Let's see. I prefer not to take this off if I don't have to. Let's see about this one. This is the 3S battery I run in most of my WL Toys vehicles. It's only a 30C though. Let's see. 35C, 25C, not listed. 100C. That's probably not actually 100C, but we'll see if this Pavoy fits. It's only a 1500 milliamp hour, but okay. What is this one? This one's 80C. Okay. Hold on. I'm not going to use you. Too small. Won't use either of you. Let's see about these two. That one fits really well. This is the Relarlo Omni Terminator / X12S battery. And this is the WL Toy battery I run on most of my WL Toys when I'm running them on 3S. It also fits really well. That one honestly fits one of the best. Why not take all of them? I can take all 4 of these batteries plus the Traxxas battery and see what gives me the best speed. This one only being a 30C, but this one being a 35C, but this one having 500 milliamp hours more, which, if you know how watts work, watt is volt times amp, and so this one should have more wattage than this battery, so this one, in theory, should be able to give it more power due to the scientific definition of power, but this one has a higher discharge rate, which means it most likely won't drop as much under load than this battery will. So that could potentially weigh into it. Not sure how much 5C, not sure like what that does, but just something to be aware of. Versus like this battery, which is 2200 milliamp hours, so it's the same size as this one, but it's an 80C. So it's almost 3 times higher than this battery. But since that's the case, I don't need to take this one. I'll take the 2700 milliamp hour 30C and the 2200 milliamp hour 80C. Okay, so I'm going to take these 3 batteries with me, plus the Traxxas battery when I do the speed run, and I'll make a table on screen or video and Excel sheet and show y'all which battery did what and like the discharge rate versus milliamp hour versus voltage so that y'all can get a good idea laid out. Oh, well, this battery is 25C as well, so that Traxxas battery was 25C. I'm going to take it anyway, just to see if the Traxxas battery really does lack the punch. Because when I've tried Traxxas batteries versus other batteries in my eRevo, granted those are significantly larger batteries, the 3S versions at least, the Traxxas batteries just made the eRevo feel like a dog. It didn't have the punch that the other batteries did. So I'm going to see if it's the discharge rate or if it's the battery manufacturer. Yeah. Okay. Traxxas could have made this battery tray a lot freaking longer. Look at all this unused space right here. It's literally just chassis support. Whereas on the other side, there's nothing. So they could have made it a good 2 inches, the battery tray a good 2 inches longer and moved this battery limit to here. Plastic links. I just noticed this. It's plastic links on the steering. It looks like the plastic heavy-duty drive shafts and A-arms. Actually, everything looks like the heavy-duty plastics from Traxxas, so durability-wise, it should be fine. Okay. The shocks do come with a little bit of a preload spacer on them from the factory. Not a whole lot of metal on this car, I've noticed. Okay. Transition time to speed runs on 2S and 3S. Okay, GPS is zeroed off, Traxxas battery is in there, and time to get the body on, and let's do the first speed run. Doesn't feel like 40 to me, if I'm being honest. That'll be plenty to have seen this top speed. And also the throttle like linearity is just not there. It's really exponential. All right. I will say it is quite a quiet vehicle. Oh, well I was wrong. 40 on the dot with the Traxxas battery. All right, let's try out the next battery. Zeroed off again. Now time for speed run on the other 2S battery, which is the Angry Snail 3000 milliamp hour. Oh wow, this battery is a lot more linear in the power delivery. Seems like it is a little bit faster on this battery, and that was definitely top speed. So I mean, there's top speed right there. Ooh, little bump. Bring it in. Pardon for the bad camera framing. Again, I'm first time filming on my phone on a controller, so got to get used to it. 39 on this battery. Interesting. I'll take it down one more time, just see if we can get any faster. Very straight. All right, let's see what we got. Still 39, so that's the top speed of this battery. Now we're going with this Zop Power 2700 milliamp hour 30C3S. Zeroed out. Okay, I'm still getting like an exponential throttle feel. Like, it really just wants to get up and go when you're at the like last 25% of like remote throttle travel. Which is just not how I like my cars to drive. I don't know why it's like that. It stops well, that's for sure. It doesn't seem like over 50. Maybe it's just because I'm in a really wide open space, but it feels, I don't know why, this car just feels slow. I don't know why, even though 40 miles an hour is not slow. All right, I know I got top speed, so let's check the GPS reading. 48, that is not anywhere near the claimed top speed of 55 plus. I'm gonna make sure it's not in training mode. The motor's warm, but not crazy. Okay. Okay, it's in sport mode for sure now. Let's take it down one more time. That feels faster. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's faster. That's way faster. That's gonna be over 50. It hits top speed extremely easily. So like they're flat out, hands not even on the steering wheel. All right, that'll be a good run. Let's see what we did. $52 on that run, so still not 55, but closer. Last battery. It's also interesting that between 2S and 3S, there's only been a 12-mile-an-hour increase, whereas you would think that'd be like a 50% mile-an-hour increase, so that'd be 20 miles an hour, because the difference in voltage, you're adding 50% more voltage to the motor. So just interesting. Now I'm using this battery, the Gold EDT 2200 ADC 3S. GPS zeroed out. Ooh, that feels more punchy. Flat spin. Turn it around and get coming on back. Ooh, sketchy, sketchy. Definitely very rally-like handling with the way it just wants to tilt and turn. I don't know if the tires just spun out or if it cut there. This battery should give it more top speed. It feels like the wheels are trying to spin. I mean, I'm going to guess near 60 on this one, if I can get it flat for long enough. Yeah, it's definitely moving faster than on the other 3S battery. Ooh, two-wheeled it. Man, it's hard to keep going straight. Like, I need to reduce the steering rate, but I can't do that with the Traxxas controller. And it keeps just like veering off center. So it's hard to get going in a straight line. Every time it veers off center, it's scrubbing speed. That's a good run, that's a good run. Don't wreck, okay. All right, I know I got top speed for a couple seconds on both directions, so let's see what we got. This thing probably be a hoot on dirt. Let's see if I can get some dirt filming. 57, there we go. Okay, so it looks like the discharge rate made a bigger effect than the capacity of the battery, because with the smaller capacity battery I got 5 more miles an hour, but I had a significantly higher discharge rate. So that's interesting, which kind of makes sense, because if the battery is trying to, ESC, third option, is trying to like pull amperage, but the battery doesn't have enough like discharge rate to give it, then the ESC and motor will be limited. Versus if the battery has more than enough to give, then the ESC and motor will not be limited. And got some skid marks going on the inside of the body. That one's the worst. But the body is still in overall good condition. It's covered in a nice layer of dust from running on this asphalt. But that will be a final speed run for this vehicle. Okay, so these are the batteries and speeds I got from the RS200 speedrun. I also have listed the cells, capacity of the battery, and milliamp hours, and discharge rate listed on the battery. So the Traxxas battery, I got 40 miles an hour, stock out of the box. The Angry Snail battery, I got 39. The Zop Power LiPo, I got 52 miles an hour. And finally, the Gold EDT battery, I got 57 miles an hour. And y'all can hear how quiet it is. It's making hardly any sound. This is stock out of the box. I have not done anything to it whatsoever. Oops. Mangled the body. Is new. Relatively. Okay, I didn't expect it to get stuck that easily. That's embarrassing. Not that good in wood chips. Noted. Man, it gets stuck easy. Not good at drift jumps, at least not onto wood chips. Nice little wheelie there. Accidental, but works. It's not turning right. Let me see if there's something stuck in it. So I noticed that a lot of like dust gets trapped right here beside the motor and the chassis. So well, a lot of like dead grass and stuff was trapped right there. Just something to be aware of. I was able to like bang the car on its bumpers to get it out, but yeah. 3S time. Let's see how long it takes before the motor overheats because I don't have a fan on it. And I didn't gear down. Dadgummit. Just put a big dent right here. I'm trying to put the body on. Can I do a wheelie on the street? I'm curious. Oop. Nope, no wheelie. Gnarly burnout though. And some wicked traction rolls. Oop. Right in frame just to see me crash. Oop. Traxxas stability management is still off, so we'll see how it goes. Let's go. Back on wheels. High speed pass. Just like a rally car. Okay, Traxxas stability management's going back to 50. High speed pass again. And on wheels. There we go. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I'll have to play that back in slow-mo. We're just going to go until this battery dies as well. I'm turning down Traxxas stability management to about 25%. It does land on its wheels a lot, I gotta say. That's my feet. That is either LVC or... No, it's gotta be LVC, because Too Hot would just stop all of a sudden. Okay, low voltage cutoff on 3S. We'll see how far we can make it back to the car. And we're dead now. Let's get out of the road before cars come. Overall, pretty fun, but if I'm being honest, I don't see myself using it a whole lot. It's just not my style of driving. That's kind of what it comes down to. So, I'm torn, because I love the body, and yeah, that's kind of where it ends. I just love the body, because RS200 is like one of my dream cars, but like, it doesn't drive bad. It's just not an RC car that drives how I like my RC cars to drive, and that's due to the nature of being a rally car versus a monster truck. And there's nothing wrong with it being that. It's just not how I like my RC cars to drive, because I like my monster trucks. I like them doing massive wheelies, doing massive jumps, and this thing's not made for that. So there's the monster truck guy trying out a rally car and his honest opinion. I'm sure I'll get it out every once in a while, but I like my monster trucks better, and that's what it comes down to. Post-bash overview, see if anything broke, other than like dents in the body and stuff. pop that out. All right, body, not too bad. Some, oh, the bad black mark's gone now. That's funny. Just dusty. Nothing else really wrong with the body. The lights aren't that bright, but that's okay. So the front of the body, it bends really easily right along this crease at the wheel well. So but they have this little latch here, and here there's a little like hook down there, but I can't get them to latch anymore, so that's something. That's still good. That's still good. Tire wear, that's kind of, honestly, those might only have like 1 or 2 more runs on them before they're gone. The front, yeah, the front's kind of the same way, honestly. It's exactly what I said. The tires felt like super soft, and if you ran them on concrete a lot, they're just going to wear down super fast. Suspension, that feels dead in the front. Like there's not much rebound left. In the back there's enough. Yeah, nothing seems to have broken. So I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.